Hi, Zibia and Nani, your double dimpled host on your show, Meet the Boss, the show where you get to have top CEOs, creative minds, and name it. And yes, most especially, we always have entrepreneurs on our show. On today's show, we're having a madam, a woman I've met, a woman who is very interesting, a publicist, I'll call her, a lover of children, and name it. She's here to tell us a lot about herself and her contributions in the society. Until then, I'll say stick around and go nowhere.
Grow your business fast. Log on to connectnigeria.com.
Now, welcome back to our show, Meet the Boss. Like I told you, we have a madam here. Her name is Rita Okoye, CEO Majestically Rare. You know, I saw that name and I was fascinated by the creativity. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
Okay, now can you tell me more about yourself? Who is Rita Okoye?
Rita Okoye wears many hats. I am a wife. I've been married for nearly 16 years and I have 3 children. I'm an international marketing consultant and I've been in marketing for over 18 years. I came to Nigeria in 2008 and I've been here for about 7 years.
Okay, now I have to ask you this question. You've been married for 16 years, you said?
Yes.
How have you been able to juggle the parenthood, being a mother, and your career?
Right. Well, to be honest with you, in Nigeria I found it better because in the UK I was challenged. But you know, in Nigeria we have things like house help and we have lesson teachers. So all those things have helped with our children. My children are getting bigger now, so it's much easier. But I found that when I was in the UK, I was very challenged because I didn't have those additional helps. But now that when I came to Nigeria, I found it much better.
So the name Majestically Rare.
Yes.
What was the whole creativity about? What inspired the name?
Well, to be honest with you, I had my first company name was called Ritzy Ventures. And then when we went to, when we tried to get that name, somebody already had a similar name. So then I went for Majestically Rare. Because it's just what I stand for. I am rare, and majestic is like royalty and grand. So, but by the time you mix the 2 names together, I thought it was very unique.
Okay, so coming here to Nigeria, tell me something about the event company and how you've been able to.
Well, when I first came to Nigeria, I was first working. I worked for 2 different companies. I worked for a training company first, and we went and trained on customer service all around Nigeria, trained in banks, trained for different corporate companies. And then after that, I was head of events at another organization. So I've been doing running this consultancy for about 4 years now. What it means is that typically my type of clients are people that are coming into Nigeria from abroad. So they want exposure, they want publicity. So I help them either by product launches or introducing them to contacts. And I create a whole marketing entry strategy. And I also help companies that are already inside the country but want to reach out to more people. So maybe they don't really know how to get onto social media or how to use Facebook or Instagram or all those things. So I'm really helping people to reach larger audiences. And it's something that I said I've been doing for about 18 years.
Yeah, and you were one of the speakers at the WOW event.
The WOW event, yes, I was.
So how did you come on that platform?
Well, they found me on LinkedIn, actually. Tori, who's the CEO, yes, she actually, we were contacts on LinkedIn, and she just asked me if I'd be kind enough to come and speak at the event, and, I said yes.
Okay, so what makes Majestically Rare unique or stand out?
We would say that our competitive edge is the experience that we've had over years. As I said, I'm coming from a very strong media background. I worked in BBC for 8 years, and I've also worked in Channel 5. I've worked for Pride magazine. I've worked for FT magazine in the UK. So bringing all that experience, and I've also worked for companies here, I feel that I have a lot of experience, a lot of creativity because of the companies I'm coming in from. I am highly strong in integrity because I think that to a certain degree that does lack a bit. So in terms of trust, I feel that those values of trust, integrity and excellence is what Majestically Rare stand for.
Okay, with your experience over the years, have you thought about tilting towards the media? Because you mentioned a whole list of media people, people you've worked with. Have you thought about that, diving into?
Yes, I mean, when I was younger, my elder brother actually, predicted and said that he thought that I would be on the media. I have actually been not a presenter, but I've been on shows. I've been on Inspiration. I've done a few shots here and there. So you never know. I might be.
Could be co-hosting some places.
Exactly.
Okay, now I have had the privilege of witnessing the young girls in your class. Now we're talking about the valuable camp class, summer class. And I was blown away because seeing young kids expressing themselves, standing so much in confidence and, you know, projecting so loudly about themselves, I was impressed. So now I have to ask you this question. When did you start the valuable camp?
Well, this is the first year of doing the Valuable You Camp, but I've been working with girls for the past 4 years. Typically in my church, I go to this present house, the Dome, so I've done a lot of etiquette classes there, spanning over, 2 to 3 years, and that was with boys and girls. And I've also done a camp at VGC, because that's where I live. I've done that, and I've spoken in schools, different schools around my neighborhood, to both boys and girls. So there has been that passion for about 4 years, I would say.
Okay, and so far so good. What would you say the outcome is?
Well, I just like seeing girls at that age really, at 10 to 11, they're just about to hit puberty and they're going to go through changes. So my whole thing is equip them young, give them that knowledge young. Because when I sort of started to lose, I was a very confident child, but when I got to my teens and I experienced all the issues that girls have, but I feel that as if I was equipped earlier, I probably would have been stronger. Because there were certain things that I wouldn't do in school because, other girls may have teased me or I didn't feel I was confident enough to do it. But my whole thing about Valuable You is telling girls that you can do it. You're special, you're valuable. Don't let anybody put you down. Believe in yourself. So that's the type of messages that I say to them.
And at these classes, you have speakers coming to?
Yes, we have different speakers coming in, people that are passionate about what they do. I've had, different ladies coming in and speaking to them. And we've had different themes like leadership, etiquette. We've spoken about personal grooming, talked about how to be charming. All these are competitive edges. All these soft skills are really things that will stand you out in the marketplace when they get older. So if you start them young now, and they will remember, because a lot of the times we've been doing a lot of role plays, as you've seen. So role plays really help them to remember the skills.
Okay, if you were supposed to pick between Majestically and the Valuable Summer Camp, which would you go for?
Well, the Valuable You Summer Camp is my passion. It's really something that, is a passion, whereas the Majestically is more of the business angle. But the Valuable You Camp is a passion that because I write blogs, I write a lot all the time. So it's something that I'm doing even when I'm at home.
I have been wowed by Rita Okoye, CEO of Majestically, and I'm sure you want to know more about her and also her future plans for her company. Well, I'll just have to enjoin you to stay back, relax, and let's quickly go for a commercial break and we'll be right back.
Looking for a business? Log on to connectnigeria.com.
My name is Rita Okoye. I'm 13. I go to Thames Valley College. My favorite color is red. My hobbies are reading, swimming, watching TV, sleeping. I've been here for 2.5 weeks. Well, since I came here, Miss Rita has been very friendly, and we played lots of games, blindfolded games, tug of war. I want you to come here next summer because it's good during summer, especially when you don't have anything to do. It's fun and it keeps you busy instead of spending all your time in front of TV, becoming a couch potato.
My name is Toluwani Fajemirokun. I'm 10. My hobbies are reading and dancing. I graduated and I'm going to Lagoon Secondary School. I've enjoyed the games and topics a lot. We played blindfold games, played water games, we played tug of war, we had treasure hunts, and we learned about leadership, confidence, and being charming, and money, and fashion. I made some really good friends, and they were really nice.
My name is Angela. I am 11 years old. My hobbies are reading, swimming, sleeping, and watching TV. I really liked the Valuable You Summer Camp because it taught me about confidence, etiquette and table manners, and communication, and so much more. There were a lot of fun guest speakers like the CEO of Sweetheart, Mrs. Nonye Barrow, and Mrs. Nonye Barrow. Madam Solange taught us about fashion and taught us about that we had different silhouettes. Mrs. Dr. Nonye Barrow taught us that we should be confident in ourselves, and that when we have a dream that we should go ahead and make it come true. And Mrs. Eziefo told us that there are three people that we should be happy of: as God, ourselves, and our parents. We should be here next summer, so you should be here next summer because of all the fun activities we'll learn. There'll be charades, we'll learn and we'll play. You'll be self-confident and you'll meet a lot of interesting people.
Welcome back. We're still on the show Meet the Boss with Rita Okoye being our guest, CEO of Majestically. And how have you been enjoying the show so far?
Very well. You made me
And
very
our
comfortable.
interview. Okay.
Very nice.
Okay, now I want to ask you, looking in the future, 5 years to come, where do you see yourself?
Wow, 5 years to come, I see myself, these valuable camps. My future really is to have a venue like Tiki, a venue where I can hold events for girls and all sorts of events really, because to be honest with you, when I think about my passions and my skills, I like helping people. So whether it's adults or children or teenagers or nannies, I just like to help people. So I really want to have a center where I can express that there.
Okay, before the interview, we're having a brief discussion about how far you want to take this, and yes. I personally feel you can do more. Right. Not just concentrating on, would I say, the island kids or kids staying here. So what plans do you have for that?
The plan is, my real plan is to go around Nigeria, not just Lagos. Last Christmas, I worked with a lady company, Self-Worth, and I went to Surulere and I talked to girls there. So my whole passion is not just located in this area. This is just where I live, but I do want to go into as many places, especially in places where the children are, deprived or they haven't heard this message before. I would like to go reach out and partner with, government agents to reach out to as many places as possible.
Okay. So if Rita Okoye is not working, what's she doing?
When I'm not working, I am a socialite. I like going out. I like eating. I like exploring new restaurants. I just like, Lagos is a vibrant place, so I do like to go out.
Do you like reading?
I do read, yes. I like to read non-fiction and fiction books.
Okay, what was the last book you read?
Well, there's a book that I'm always reading. I always pick it up because I think it's a very good book and I recommend it. It's called The Success Principles.
Okay, I'm going to put that down so I could also grab it and see it.
It's all about taking 100% responsibility for your life, because a lot of the time we make excuses. And that book is really telling you that you have to be in charge of your life and it's up to you to make the best of, what you have. So that book has really been something that has changed my life, changed my mindset, changed the way I express myself in the Valuable Youth Camp. A lot of the information I've read in the book and I'm now applying it to other people.
Okay, so in your words, what would you tell entrepreneurs, startups, companies?
Well, the thing about it is that you have to really find your niche, find what you're really good at, and be able to express it. Because I may be good at something, but if I don't communicate it out properly to my audience, they're not going to understand. So you really have to know, sell what you're doing on paper and, wherever you go. Talk to people all the time about what you're doing, and, gradually. It's not a microwave success business. It's step by step. Nobody wakes up and then suddenly becomes, rich and famous or really successful at business. There are different steps and processes that I've found that you go through.
Okay, you also mentioned something downstairs while we're talking about you training adults.
Yes.
So I want you to tell viewers watching, if you're not in the Valuable Camp or your kids are not here, what can we?
What I do is I train business owners, because what I find from a lot of the trainers, I have marketing workshops, is that people go into business, but they haven't really put a marketing plan together or business plan. And but there is a strategy, there is an art to getting customers. And, that is what I do. I have these workshops that I run every month, and different business owners come together, knock heads on the battlefield. They come off the battlefield, knock heads, and they talk about, and I teach them how to get more customers using different marketing strategies, whether it's online or offline, because online is getting very popular at the moment. And when I went to the WowE conference, I talked to people about how to market themselves more in the global market. So I do topics like that at my workshop, but I also teach them other things, especially copywriting, word of mouth marketing that is very good in Nigeria. But there are strategies to do it. You don't just wake up and start talking to people. You can have a plan. So that's what my workshops are about. Having a really, comprehensive plan of how you're going to get your market. And what I would say is that targeting the right audience is very important. Because you can have a good product, but if you haven't targeted the right audience, then yes, that's right.
Okay, so if anybody's interested, how do we get to reach you? Social media, website?
Yes, I'm on my website is majesticallyrare.com. I'm on Twitter on Majestically. I'm on Facebook on Majestically Rare, and my Facebook name is Rita Okoye.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you that. I heard the story before. I want them to hear it. How did you come about the social media name Riri?
Okay. People in the UK know me as Rita. Everybody in the UK knows me as Rita Okoye. If you say Riri, nobody will know who you're talking about. But when I was working for a company, one lady really liked me, and we would have conversations, and she would just say, Riri, Riri. So when I went onto Facebook, I noticed that there were about 8 or 10 other Rita Okoyes. So because I wanted to stand out, I changed my name, and it's Riri Okoye. It's stuck, yeah. But I'm still Rita. I'll always be Rita, but my other name is Riri. Yeah.
Okay, so last words. Any challenges so far? What do you also have to encourage, words to encourage entrepreneurs?
Yeah, there are challenges. This is Nigeria. Things don't always work the way you want them. Sometimes, even with vendors, you always have to look for the best and try things out. If it's not working, keep changing, keep moving. They always say that if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, then it's not going to work. So always change your strategy after a while. Keep testing. Sometimes you can test, they say in marketing, test A and B. So if the test A works or it doesn't work, then change it to test B. But don't be focused on just one thing. Just be broad and open-minded to your plans. That's what I would say.
I want to say a big thank you to you for honoring us on CNTV Meet the Boss, and I hope soon. I know, Seb, we've had articles written on you about you on our blog, and we had to make it live.
Yes.
Staying with you. Okay. So I'm sure our viewers have actually enjoyed a nice time with you. Well, for viewers who are watching, if you want to know more about her, you could check her out on a social media handle. And yes, you want to go for trainings as well. You want to have your daughter or kids or son, basically, come to her summer camp. I'm sure she can as well provide such information on her website and blog.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It's still your girl, Zibrenani. Until next time on Meet the Boss, I remain my humble self, same self, Zibrenani, saying, be safe.
Looking for the best events? Log on to connectnigeria.com.